What's coming to Fallout 76.
Fuck yeah, Battle Royale, Battle Royale.
Let me introduce Payday Royale.
Fuck yeah, Battle Royale.
There's been a lot of contention lately around Battle Royale games, whether they're good, whether they're bad, if you should even play them, are they a waste of the gaming space? Are games like PUBG and Fortnite even worth the mention, even worth talking about? And for valid reason, Battle Royale games have been a source for gamers to go and just hate on like there's no tomorrow. Early access is also a point of debate. Should you shell out your money for a game that's still technically unfinished and may not ever actually be finished in the first place? So with those 2 points in mind, today I'll be talking about Hunt Showdown, which just got done with a free weekend, and whether you should add it to your backlog. Hunt Showdown, God, that's hard to say. Hunt Showdown is a co-op, multiplayer battle royale game that is in early access. It's been in early access since February of last year. It is still continuously being patched. And from what I've played, I'm surprised they haven't released it fully yet, and they just continue patching it once it's released. In Hunt Showdown, you play a bounty hunter hunting monsters in a backwater town of Louisiana in 1780 whatever. And that's the basic premise. You have that, you have bounty hunting, and then you have a free-for-all mode. With bounty hunting, you can play solo or you can play in a team. Now, when I was playing with a team, I believe it's a team of up to 5 teams of 2 or 10 solo players. Now, I played mostly solo, which I think is a better experience, but playing with a team is also fun. It's more fun. It's the way the game is generally supposed to be played. You have a goal. That goal is pretty self-explanatory. Your job is to hunt a monster, to get that reward, and to get out alive. But getting that reward is no easy feat, as you have the environment against you and other players. When you first start off Hunt Showdown, you get a free hunter, and then of course, as you level up, you can buy more hunters as you get cash from the bounties you collect. The loop with Battle Royale, the trick is that once you die, you lose everything and you start off from 0 again. You don't lose your experience, but you do lose some of your cash and your item. That free hunter you have is free, and you don't lose any of your cash, you don't lose any of your items or weapons until you reach a certain level. After that, everything's kaputs. Now, if this all sounds a bit overwhelming, it's okay, because the game actually starts you off with a nice tutorial.
To begin, you're going to hire a hunter. Select hunters and then recruit. You can go to the store and purchase some additional equipment for your mission. You can now select a mission from the list. Out there somewhere are the other players, looking for the same targets. Keep your eyes and ears open. Aim, hold the right mouse button and then click the left mouse button to fire. To aim more precisely, hold Shift. Press and hold the E key. This will activate your dark sight. Dark sight enables you to see the general area where a clue is located. Once you have a fix on a clue, you can head towards it. Once you have killed the target, the banishment phase takes place, where the monster is sent to hell. Remember those exit points on the map? Get to one as fast as you can. If you survived your first game of Hunt, you can upgrade your hunter.
Now, when you finish with that tutorial, it's time to enter a game. Now, the first thing you're going to notice about Hunt Showdown is the visuals. This is a game by Crytek on their CryEngine, so it's fucking beautiful. Kingdom Come Deliverance is another game built on the CryEngine, and I thought that game was gorgeous. From the lighting, to the forests, to the towns, to the people, it was amazing. Hunt Showdown manages to take those visuals and turn them into a multiplayer game, and make it run smoothly at that. Seriously, the backwater drop set of Louisiana with the swamps, the forests, the farms, cornfields, it's breathtaking.
You're breathtaking!
The second thing you're going to notice is the sound design, and this is where your headphones are going to come in. So make sure they're strapped on nice and tight, volume's up a little bit, And I'm gonna let this part speak for itself. I haven't encountered that good sound design and that immersive of sound design that's just bone-chilling, tense, frightening, not since the original Dead Space or any Looking Glass Studios game, basically. The sound design is top-notch, from the gunshots to the zombie monsters to the bosses. Everything about it is just amazing. The ambient noise, all of it. If I had to score the sound design in an arbitrary numbering system, I'd give it an 11.
11,
Oh, I see.
11,
and most of
11,
the
and then
amps go up to 10.
Exactly. One louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
Now, pretty visuals and great sound design don't carry a game all the way if the gameplay kind of sucks. Now, I understand this is going to be a mixed bag for people because really, what it comes down to is, are battle royales your thing? I'm personally not a fan of battle royales. They don't interest me at all, but Hunt Showdown does, because the gameplay for it is pretty fucking solid. It is PvP, but it's also player versus environment. Remember, you aren't just trying to take out other players, you're also trying to hunt a monster. And in between that monster is a bunch of other monsters. To take out those monsters, you get your standard assortment of revolvers, shotguns, and rifles, and they're all tailored for the time period. So you're using like a 1788 shotgun, you're using an old revolver from the West, you're using a bolt action rifle. As you level up, naturally you'll get better versions of those weapons, or quieter ones, or faster ones, or stronger ones. It's not so much upgrading your weapons, it's more side grading your weapons or going in for whatever you feel suits the situation best. Also, in your loadout stage, you can pick health packs or Molotov cocktails. Again, whatever you feel best suits the situation. And getting through these monsters is kinda tough. In the early game, you're gonna die, and you're gonna die a lot. These monsters are relentless. You have a type called the Immolator, who sets himself on fire, charges towards you, and explodes. You get caught on fire, and then you're dead. Or there's the Hive, who sends a swarm of poison bees after you, and the next thing you know, you're dead. There's also your standard assortment of regular zombies, but they can run. You have hellhounds, some kind of swamp monster, and a whole lot of others. The other half of Hunt Showdown is player versus player. And by player versus player, I mean people who come in and kill you right after you took 20 minutes fighting a boss character by yourself. Your standard PvP applies where if you get the drop on them, they're dead. If they get the drop on you, you're dead. It really is a luck of the draw. If you're lucky enough to survive a human encounter and monster encounters throughout, you kill the boss, you banish the boss to hell, you collect their essence, and then you escape. It's the most tense game of capture the flag I've ever played. And then once you win, you level up a bunch. And then you do it all over again. That's basically Hunt Showdown. There is another mode, the free-for-all, the quick play mode, where it is you, just a bunch of other players, and you have to save your soul is the goal. Much like the bounty hunter mode, you just collect a bunch of clues, get the location of the main area, and then go there. Only this time you collect a bunch of clues, get the main location of the wellspring, which will save your soul from dying and being burned to hell, try and stave off a bunch of other players trying to kill you, and then win. But in this case, I didn't win. I got banished to hell. You only get out of this game what you put into this game. Now, Hunt Showdown is $30 normally. It goes on sale for like 20, 25 bucks most of the time. And after the few hours that I had with it, I can see myself putting more hours into it. Gameplay is solid enough and balanced enough to where no death really feels cheap. Another player kills you, it's because they're better than you and they got the drop on you first. If a monster kills you, it's because you weren't smart enough, weren't fast enough, or you didn't run away. Hunt Showdown is one of those early access games where if you've been on the fence about it, you probably should just pick it up. The Royale aspect, if you're not really into it, takes a bit getting used to, but then you'll forget about it and it'll be just another game that's fun to play. It has enough backstory and lore to it where it's easy to get immersed. You do get a little journal, a monster diary of sorts, that details each monster. It's written within the time period language. It has info on how to kill them easier, and if you kill more monsters, you get more info. It's all there to make a complete package for Hunt Showdown. The one thing I would like to see from it in the future, even though we're probably never going to get it, is a bit of a single player story campaign kind of thing. As I said, it's really up to you. The world alone is immersive enough to kind of forget about the battle royale aspect, but it's also right there blaring in your face, where if you die, you have to start over again. You may have just wasted an hour of gameplay. That feeling of defeat hits a little bit harder. You level up really quickly in the beginning, but the leveling up system is mostly for prestige once you reach 50, whatever the level cap is. After that, it just becomes about fun and wanting to put the time in. So is Hunt Showdown really worth it in the end? I'd say yes. If you can get a friend together to have some fun with, it'll be great. Now, if you excuse me, I have some monsters to kill.